Meantime, a big piece of the regulatory reform puzzle could be falling into place today as Washington and Wall Street await details of a bill to deal with derivatives. Those are the financial instruments that derive their value from other financial instruments. You heard the president talk about this yesterday. Bloomberg's Lindsey Arent has the details. Lindsey.
Well, Margaret, I can tell you that this is really starting to focus in a narrow. Regulatory reform may very well hinge on derivatives regulation and legislation. We are, as we speak, awaiting legislative language from Senator Blanche Lincoln, Democrat of Arkansas, powerful chairwoman of the Agriculture Committee. I'm hearing from Senate sources that this legislative language could come as early as tomorrow. What's supposed to be today, but it looks like they're tweaking some last-minute legislative language, perhaps to even bring more or any Republicans on board, for that matter. What we do know about it at this point is it goes very far to rein in and regulate that $605 trillion over-the-counter derivatives market. I can tell you what some of the language may say. It would force big banks to spin off their swaps desks, for one. Very controversial issue there. It would bar any major swaps dealers, including big banks, from receiving federal aid in the event of a market meltdown. The bill would also expose swaps dealers to fraud charges by the government if they thought that people were trying to swindle investors. And finally, it would propose regulating foreign currency swaps. Republicans coming out swinging on this issue, saying this is going to create a gaping hole in the derivatives markets.
We're talking about a very liquid market here. People don't have to write these instruments in the United States. They can go to Singapore. And I'll tell you this, if the Lincoln language were to pass, the next day, a vast majority of the derivative activity in this country would be in Singapore or in London, because people wouldn't put up with this because it's so, on its face, not functional.
Expect the rhetoric to get even hotter and more heated on this issue, Margaret. I mean, we have press conference after press conference today from both sides of the aisle, everybody wanting to stake their claim on this issue.